The ancient Egyptians understood that they could use sound in a much more advanced way than we know today to be able to move objects or to reduce their weight and the gravitational effect, making these types of amazing constructions much easier to do. Even into modern times, there has been the preservation in some closed groups, some family groups, of the knowledge of how to use particularly sound to be able to do a type of stone levitation. It cannot just be done by the average person off the street. They have to have had done work to transform their consciousness state, which then transformed their energetic body to be able to merge with these vibrations and direct them properly.
The big question is, where did this technology come from? When a person is in front of the Great Pyramid, or even in it, you get a tremendous inner sense or a knowing that this is non-human. And by that, I don't mean to go to extraterrestrials or aliens in flying saucers, because they didn't need flying saucers in order to move around the cosmos. What the pyramid texts say is that ordinary humans had the ability to be transfigured into a higher being, a being of light, and then be projected through the pyramid portal to other regions of space-time. And conversely, beings from other regions of space-time could come to Earth through the pyramid.
Are there human beings capable of such expertise in modern times? Surprisingly, examples do exist.
An amazing modern-day technological feat is right here in America. It's called the Coral Castle, located in Coral Gables, Miami, Florida. A gentleman by the name of Edward Leedskalnin, who couldn't have been no more than 4'11" and maybe 103, 104 pounds, actually was able to not only harvest giant blocks of coral, but he was even able to cut them and then hoist them into position, creating something called the Coral Castle.
He moved over 1,000 tons of heavy coral and molded it to different shapes to make this thing without any equipment. He would do this at night without people being able to see him.
Some of the kids would look over the gate to see what he was doing. They said he'd always be whistling. He had this contraption on this tripod with this magnetic box at the top and this gigantic magnetic crank at the bottom.
And when asked, he said, "I've discovered how the pyramids and other large structures were built." Most likely, it was sound or some other form of electromagnetic energy that they used to resonate the stone, lift it up, and move it as though it was light as a feather.
It's possible that more examples, like the Coral Castle, will be revealed in our lifetime.
We're very fortunate today that through archaeoacoustic research, we are now very close to being able to duplicate the effect of those megalithic temples. And that is tremendously exciting.
Science fiction has always been ahead of science fact. Exploring the capacity to control gravitational field may actually come from understanding our far past. The concept of Back to the Future emerges, that knowledge from the past may lead us to an extremely powerful and successful and sustainable future.
Assuredly, free energy technologies are encoded within those megalithic temples. Also, ways in which we can live in a manner that is more harmonious with the earth and will enable us to create ultimately a sustainable civilization. That's our quest and that's our goal.